prep for the doctor as I go, so it's easier for me and it's easier for her. So I know she's gonna want to use this tray, and I needed to numb the patient, so I'm gonna remove the biopsy tray. Put it on this side. I'm gonna put my numbing cream there, my saran wrap, and then I'm gonna need some depressor. And I'm holding the camera so I don't have it just swinging everywhere, and I don't want to scratch the lens. I will need to position my patient properly. So I will go back here. I'm gonna put the foot up. And just for the patient's comfort, she doesn't set it as stiff. So I will go ahead and create a tilt so she doesn't feel like she's falling. I will go ahead and raise the pillow, have her lean back, and I will tilt her head down slightly. That way the patient's more comfortable. If she needs another pillow, I can get it. I can bring this up higher. Just make sure your patient is comfortable and the position is easy for you. So I would have her change into a gown or some shorts. Since we would do full legs, we would need her in a gown because we'll be trained in full leg. If it was just like lower leg, we just have her put in shorts. We do photos. So for the photos, you have to take several ones. So camera, you turn it on. To see on the screen, you just press right here. And then you can see. So you would take one. I wouldn't take pictures of the whole leg because you really can't see the texture of the hairs. So I would divide it up in half and half. So I'll take a photo here, and then I'll take a photo on the side here, side here, side here. I will do the same thing here. Up, side, 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 and side. Once I have all those photos and they're clear, when you're not sure if the photo actually is clear enough and you want to check, just press right here and you can see the previous photos. And you can just do the arrows to go down to make sure you have. Once you're done with your photos, you can turn it off. Do red gloves. For a patient that's doing legs, we will need a chuck. So the chuck would go underneath her. In this case, as we're doing full leg, I would put two, one and one. Go ahead and lay down, just like that. And then I would go ahead and put on gloves, like that. Grab enough numbing cream. I would put it on my hand so I don't have like a big bump right here, and start numbing her like this. I'm just spreading the numbing cream with this. In order for the numbing cream to work, you have to massage it in. So after I place it on, I would go ahead and quickly massage it in. You don't want to put too much where it's like super glossy and you can see chunks of it. You want to apply enough. Now how we had seen enough where it looks glossy, but what works is when it penetrates into the skin. So you really want to massage it in. Once that's done, you want to go ahead and, if you need to double dip if you need to grab more numbing cream, you don't want to double dip with this. You would grab a new tongue depressor. Then you grab your saran wrap, put it, and you just place it on. And you wrap around like that. Once you're done, you would go ahead and remove the tray. Grab my key. And I'm going to go ahead and let the laser warm up as she's numbing. So, then you turn on the laser machine. You want to plug it in. So, it's usually like this. You want to grab the plug.
Notice that it has special electricity. You can't put it into a normal electrical outlet.
You want to turn it on. This way. Placing your key. And twist it until it turns on. It's going to give you the candela screen, and then it's going to start to warm up. With the laser hair machine, I recommend you come and check it like every 10 minutes because it needs cryo, which is right here. Sometimes it'll start to warm up and it doesn't tell you that you need to replace the cryo until, like, let's say you don't check it and you tell the doctor that patient's ready. She'll come in and the screen will say replace cryo. When we replace it, it has to re-warm up for another 20 minutes. So check it like every 5 to 10 minutes to make sure that it's not telling you that. And if you do, then you just go ahead and replace it. Once the treatment's done, if you want to do like set up the tray.
Yeah, so let's go through the treatment.
So I turn on the machine, and now I'm gonna go ahead and prepare for Dr. Kormeili. So I would go ahead and put this aside. I'm gonna take them back into the lab. Throw these away.
So now we've gone through all the steps, right?
So
We've
now
done
we're
the
gonna.
consent. Now we're just gonna set up the trays and then warm up the lasers.
So the laser's warming up. The tray is something we prepare in the room. So I like to prepare it beforehand or while the patient's numbing. So we're gonna need both eye protection lenses.
And photos of this setup are in the laser section of the notebook, so you can refer to them. So you want the 15 millimeter spot. This is the 18 millimeter.
So there's 15, 18, and 12.
Yes. So are those for different body parts?
No, it's just for like based on the laser. So we usually use the 15. So unless I tell you otherwise, just 15 hours.
So we open up the 15, and then we're gonna put some gauze to wipe off the numbing cream. You're also going to need some triamcinolone, so we're gonna grab that from the lab. So I will take these with me.
Now when we have like a huge area like legs, I use something more than that, so I just actually wet some of that gauze. So it's totally okay to wet it. I mean, oftentimes you're gonna come and take care of the numbing cream. And then I use this just to get rid of like the excess. But if it's on the face, this is adequate, right? But like this is not gonna wipe off the entire legs, right? So, and then we have the eye protection for the doctor and the patient. Now if we were to do it on the face, what we have to do, like let's say near the eyes, this is too big, so it would cover the patient's eyes. Part of their face. So what we have to do is switch them to metal goggles, which the patient cannot see anymore, and we put like little patches. And the patches are right here by the corner. Right there on the second shelf, right? And more of them are in OR2, and then the metal goggles are on the B-beam laser. So we just borrow them here. But most of the time, like it's fine because it's lower face. But say it was like something really close to the eye, we want to make sure we don't put the patient in danger because it can go from the sides of the laser, or let's say it's just covering, like they have like a hairy cheek and it's covering half their cheek.